Hey guys, what's up? Today I want to talk about something really funny and really interesting to discuss, and it's just something that we as gamers never think about, especially on how other players feel. And all of a sudden, there's always that somebody who says, I have put 150 hours into that game, 200 hours into that game. And you're always wondering, if you played that game before, you're always wondering, how the hell did you put so many hours into that game? I mean, there's a lot of things that are there to consider to put that many hours into a game, or in us to think on why this person played that particular game for so many hours. And that is something that I want to talk about with you guys, because this is something that has been going on. I mean, it's something that I have seen since pretty much since I started gaming. I mean, and when it comes to RPGs, we all know RPGs are technically the longest genre out there of video games. Most RPGs, around 80 or 90% of RPGs out there, are not just your everyday 5 to 10 hour games or 1 hour beat 'em ups from the past. No, RPGs, even old RPGs, which were no longer than 5 or 6 hours or 10 hours each, they're long games, all of them. And I don't know why every now and then, whenever I talk about games, this is not something that has happened to me in my life, in my personal life with friends or with acquaintances or whatever. This is something that has happened here in the comment section of my videos, where people often come, hey, I love that game and I put 200 hours or something into that game. And I'm always surprised, like, wow, how can somebody put that many hours, so much time into a video game? I understand when it's about MMORPGs, but you don't really count the time with those. But in most RPGs, you have a timer. You always know how much hours you put into that game. And it's really funny because I can understand when there are games like, I don't know, The Witcher or Dragon Age Inquisition. Those are games that have an open world feature, so there's a huge lot of things to do in those games, so I understand perfectly why people put so many hours into those games. But I've seen people that say, I put 150 hours in Chrono Trigger, and I'm like, what? What the hell did you do? Were you grinding all your characters until level 99 or something? And you know what's funny? I have a friend, he's from Russia, and he's a huge fan of Suikoden as well. And I don't know if I should believe it or not. He says, he claims he did this, and he put every single character, I mean, playable character. Suikoden games are, all of them have 108 characters, but not all of them can participate in battle. But I don't know, in the first Suikoden there must be like 70 characters or more that can participate in battle, and he put them all of them until level 99. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there isn't a special dungeon or a special place in the first Suikoden in which you can level up fast, or you can just grind and grind for a couple of hours and put up your characters level 70 or 90 or whatever. And if I remember correctly, my final party in that game was around level 60, I believe, 50 something. So maybe it wasn't that hard to put every single character to level 99. But Suikoden games are always kind of capped, and I've seen characters in level 70 in parties where the rest of the characters are level 60, and the 60 level characters are always leveling up. With the 70, they always gain like 1 or 2 points of experience for each battle. So I have no clue how my friend did this. He claims to have done that. It's really hard to believe, but I imagine that doing that therefore made him play the game for hours and hours and hours. So he probably has a file with 200 hours in the game. So yes, their example is really hard to believe how people can just put so many hours into an RPG. it's unbelievable. I mean, I think the longest I have is maybe Valkyrie Profile 2 for the PlayStation 2. I have around 85 hours. 85 hours, but number one, those 85 hours include a special dungeon called Seraphic Gate, in which you have to grind like crazy for skills and to level up, so you can beat the crap out of the hardest bosses ever in the history of gaming with 2 million HP. And I'm serious, and I did it. I beat them, I beat all the bosses, beat the entire dungeon, and even went for a second time. But in the second time, the bosses are even harder, and I got to like the 5th boss, I believe, and I quit, I gave up. I was satisfied, I was like, I already beat it. I beat Seraphic Gate, every single boss, I'm okay. And I'm also including number 2, several playthroughs. Oh yeah, several playthroughs. I mean, not just one. I have beaten that game like 3 times. 3 times plus the special dungeon and all the hard bosses and all the grinding, most of my characters. Well, my party, my main party is level 99. Makes sense. But even including all that, 3 playthroughs and all of that, 85 hours. And I think that's a game I almost uncovered every single secret. I did everything in that game. Another perfect example would be Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross is a game that I beat the crap out of it, and according to my files, I don't remember, that was a long time ago, last I checked, but I played it like 8 times, I believe, mostly to get all the different endings and play all the different routes and get all the characters. But there's also a place in which you can do a lot of battles and then fight a boss battle, and I don't remember the name of the place. And I didn't put all my characters until level 99, but most of them, and that game has like 40 something characters. And yeah, I love the heck out of that game. Long story, but the thing is that I don't think I have more than 100 hours in Chrono Cross, including all of my playthroughs, including all of my grinding, my characters, everything. There's no more than 100 hours. So whenever somebody tells me I have put 150 hours or 200 hours into this game, I'm always shocked. Like, have you no other games to play? Have you no life? Nothing better to do than to play the entire day until you get 250 hours? In this game, I don't wanna disrespect anybody. If you put 300 hours in whatever game you wish, that's cool, that's totally respectable. You probably played the heck out of that game a lot of times. That's great, it's fun, it's cool that you love that game so much. But it's like some of these people kind of brag about having put so many hours into that game. They're so proud of that, and they just spit it out in your face. And now I'm always like, okay, cool man, cool. So what I want to do with you guys in the comment section for this video is that I would like you, if you put that many hours into an RPG, don't include games like The Witcher or Dragon Age Inquisition or those open world games, because that's just common sense to put so many hours into those games. But I don't know, RPGs that are no longer than 30 or 40 hours, I would like to know what the hell did you do to put so many hours. If you're counting several playthroughs, it makes perfect sense. I think Radiata Stories, I have Radiata Stories for the PlayStation 2, I already have like 100 hours as well, but I'm counting 3 different playthroughs and recruiting all of the characters and going to the special dungeon and leveling up a bunch of characters till level 99. Yeah, I get it. But 200 hours or more, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, and I'm really curious as to know what the hell did you do? Why? How come you have that many hours into your RPGs? So that's it. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. And let's do it. Let's just talk about it. I want to know, I'm really curious as to know why you put so many hours into this or that game. Really, I encourage you all to write down in the comment section below your experience with some of these games and why you spend so much time into them. So much time when there's like a million video games to play nowadays. That's it, guys. See you next time.